Hello Libra, Elsie here to do your reading for the month of May 2025. How are you, Libra? Let's take a look into May and see what it might bring for you in terms of energies. I pulled out and dusted off the Archetypes deck. I felt like the Archetypes deck would be good for an energy to see what sort of energy you're going to be needing to be in as whatever May throws at you. Tell me what sort of energy Libra needs to be in order to accomplish whatever May is going to throw at them. Tell me about Libra. Give me an archetype for Libra. We've got the Fool. Well, I like it. We've got the Fool, which says, fearlessly revealing emotion. Oh, very interesting. Helping people laugh at absurdity and hypocrisy. So it feels like you are not taking anything really to heart, not taking it all that seriously, but you're just teaching other people how to fearlessly reveal their emotions. You're making them comfortable enough to be the fool in your presence. And so it's only because we only can teach people what we know. And I think that you've already been through this energy. It feels like you've been through some sort of beginning, a new beginning where you really didn't know what was going on, whether that's a relationship, a job, or whatever it is. And it feels like you're now going to be able to teach that to other people. I feel like you now feel comfortable with removing your mask and showing your emotions to people, and then just showing them, look, it doesn't matter what people think about you being in your emotions, that you're helping them laugh at the absurdity and the hypocrisy of it, because we all have emotions that we're trying to figure out, right? And as an air sign, you're more unlikely to show your feelings unless you've got some water placements. But I feel like you are getting into your feelings a little bit, seeing things for what they really are and laughing at the things that people think are absurd and have to do with hypocrisy. We've got the Martyr. It says, learning the transcendent nature of service to oneself or cause. There we go. I kind of love that. So it feels like you are here to serve yourself. So you're serving yourself by teaching others about the absurdity of not showing your emotions. All right. This deck here will be for the overall energy for the month. Tell me about Libra. What's the overall energy for the month? So you're going to need to be in your Fool energy, ready to take a leap of faith, ready to do things that you've never done before, possibly, and be okay with it not necessarily turning out 100% the way you want it to. The overall energy, I was looking at mending when I said that. The overall energy for the month is mending. So look, I feel it's almost like this is a very healing energy for you to be in. I feel like you're removing the mask and realizing it doesn't matter what people think about me. If they want to think that I'm a hypocrite, if they want to think that I'm absurd, let them do that. I'm just going to show people that being yourself is what you need to be free. I feel like this is a mending, like the month of May is that you are either mending yourself possibly, but maybe spirit is showing up to mend you as well. We've got card number 52, which is a 7. I've also got blue and pink here, and it feels like possibly that the throat chakra is opening, that you might be talking to people about being the fool, but also the pink is downloads that you'll be getting here. Bottom of the deck, we have In Between Worlds. I like this. I like this energy because, we get to this place where we're not quite in the new vibration, but we haven't left the old vibration just yet. And the people in the old vibration think you're a fool. They think you're a fool because you're being brave and you're ready to take a leap of faith. The people in the new world have already taken the leap of faith. So once you get into the leap of faith, once you get into the color, the technicolor here, you'll be able to teach other people that it's okay to be the fool. I kind of love that. Okay, so let's talk about what's going on at the beginning, the middle, and the end of the month. Tell me about Libra. What's coming up at the beginning, the middle, and the end of the month for Libra, please? Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and Jupiter. Tell me about Libra. We've got trapped in fear. So you might be starting the month with wondering if you can do this, that if you can put yourself out there. Could be that. Tell me about trapped in fear. What's going on in the middle of the month? But you're not going to be there long, because you're going to realize that this is the way to go. Look, the way to go is, before we take the leap, we're terrified, right? And the thing is that when we're ready to take the leap, the universe doesn't just go ahead and put a net out there and say, look, I'm going to catch you, just jump. The universe says jump. And when you jump, that's when the net will appear. So I feel like this is at the beginning of the month, this is you getting ready to jump. And I feel like this triumphant success is what you get when you finally do see that the net is appearing for you. But I feel like the universe wants to know if you mean business. I feel like you're in between worlds, and you're going to be the fool, and you're jumping from one vibration to another. But you know that there's going to be people who are going to be in that old vibration, living in the gray. And I don't think you want to live in the gray anymore, Libra. I don't think you do. We have moving on. There we go. I don't think you want to live in the gray anymore, is what I was just saying, right? And I feel like you are moving on, and you are seeing the triumphant reasons why. You are going to have triumphant success. You are going to make it. You are going to pull your tail feathers out of this gray energy here. We've got a change in the wind. And so there's going to be a lot of people who are going to try and deter you, not for you, deter you from being who you really truly are. And so we have a zebra who has been trying to be a giraffe for everybody else. And I feel like you're breaking out of whatever costume or whatever mask you were donning for everyone else in order to keep them comfortable, but also in order to keep you comfortable, because you are Libra, and Libra is about keeping balance. And so it's really very rare that you will see Libra take a leap of faith until we know that everything is in place. So I really do feel like you are becoming the authentic you, because there's a change in the wind. We have zebras. I don't know what the significance, the spiritual significance of zebras are, but I do know that there's nothing that really looks like them. And we do have not for you. So I feel like there's going to be people who are going to try and deter you from being who you've got to be in the month of May. You definitely are taking a leap here, though. We have the crown chakra, and it's because you are getting downloads from the universe. Card number 7 for me is heaven, right? And that is... oh, look, your intuition's here too. 7's heaven. That's the universe looking in on you, giving you downloads, telling you what's next, telling you what it's time to do. We have card number 3, which is between worlds. Some of you could be jumping into your energy of the Empress in the month of May. You could be leaving an old vibration to go to a new vibration, and the new vibration might be your Empress energy. All right, tell me what this trapped in fear is all about, because I think that this is how you start the month, but I feel like it's because you don't really know what's coming. The net has not yet opened, and you're ready to take a leap. Tell me about trapped in fear. Tell me about Libra being trapped in fear. This is the 8 of Swords for me. You're overthinking it. Before you take the leap, it's overthinking. Tell me about trapped in fear. All right, got cards that are diving. Ooh, boy, big ones too. The Judgment. Judgment and the World. Oh, boy. Okay, we've got this. There it is, 7 of Wands. Okay, so it does feel like you are feeling quite defensive, knowing that you must take a leap of faith of some sort. And it feels like you see what is in the distance. You know that if you take the leap of faith, it's something that is going to make you feel really good. But you also know that you're going to have to be leaving some people behind. There are people who don't like to change. Look, it doesn't matter if you're a fixed sign or not. Change is hard for people. Some people will pick a path or a rut, they'll shine it up their entire life, and they'll stay right there. I think that you've decided that you're not going to do that. But it feels like the reason that you're not going to do that is because the Judgment card is here. It feels like the Judgment card is here with the World card for a reason, because you're about to make a decision in the month of May that is going to put you on a completely and totally different trajectory in your life. This trapped in fear energy is about the Virgo and Pisces energy here. It's about you going over the self. Do I have enough? It's like you're overthinking it, right? Do I have enough? Am I enough? Have I learned enough? Do I have enough with me? It feels like you're making some sort of a leap of faith. Look, this leap of faith could be maybe you're leaving a job and going to a new one. Possibly you've decided, I don't want to be in this gray energy anymore. And that's where all my friends are. Like it feels like it's a really important decision, and it's making you sort of look at things from a higher perspective, but also there's a lot of people around you, right? With the 6 wands here, a lot of people around you would rather you just stay in the old vibration. So I feel like everybody's in your ear telling you shouldn't move, telling you shouldn't leave the job, telling you shouldn't leave the country or the city. It feels like you are going to do it anyway, because when the Judgment and the World show up, those are major arcana cards, and you can't ignore the universe. The universe is saying, look, this chapter is coming to an end. So whether I push you off the edge or you take a leap, you're going to be the fool regardless. So it feels like you are feeling very defensive or very scared, maybe a little bit, about putting some pretty important boundaries between you and the people who need to mind their business. It feels like there would be people who would keep you trapped in the same rut that they've been trapped in for years. They would be quite happy to have you stay there with them. And I also know about Libra is that if it looks like it might fail or it might do this, you're not going to take a leap. I feel like the Fool energy is getting ready to push you off the edge. The Fool in the tarot is also a major arcana card, so I don't think at this point you've got much choice except to how to react or respond. But look, in the middle of the month, whatever's happening in the middle of the month, you are getting some sort of triumph success, because you are getting some sort of download here. We've got pink in this card of mending. You're mending the mind, mending your thoughts, realizing, look, I've just got to do this. This is the time. This is the time that the universe is saying that it's time for me to put old things to rest, to get my tail feathers out of the gray and get into this new vibration. We've got triumphant success, which shows up with the devil. It's not without its doubts. The devil's always going to be whispering in your ear. Who do you think you are, Gemini? Sorry, not Gemini, Libra. Who do you think you are, Libra? Why do you think you can do that? Why do you think that it's different for you than everyone else? I feel like you do have your doubts, but whatever it is that you're about to accomplish starts at the middle of the month. And although you are apprehensive and also very connected, or maybe even codependently connected, or there's people codependently connected to you in this gray zone here, it feels like you've got to pull away. You know that you do. We've got the Sun and the Page of Swords. There it is. I kind of love that. So you see the devil for who they are. And they could be a person, but I don't think they are. I think it's more of an energy of you seeing things exactly for what they are. That when we put the Sun on the devil, we can see everything, right? We can see all of the cracks. We can see that they're a liar. We can see that they're just trying to keep me back, hold me back from my life. It feels like you have some sort of realization, a very big, happy realization with this triumphant success, that you're at the beginning of something. And it starts with you listening to the universe. I feel like you're having some sort of a mental breakthrough at the middle of the month. And the Page of Swords tells me, fine, then I just got to get to work. I can be the Fool and I can have an educated leap of faith. But the Page of Swords is here. And that's what this Page of Swords is for, is to do all the investigation work. So I feel like you're ready to move on from a group, or from the gray, I'm going to say, a group, a job, a person, people, whatever it is, you're moving on from it here. And I feel like you're going to make sure that you have all the details in place. Page of Swords is here. The Sun is here to help you see everything for what it truly is. You're curious. What's out there? What happens if I do take the leap of faith? We've got the 2 swords here, right? We've got the Page of Swords and we've got this sword here. And it's like, I need to make a decision. I could go back there or I could go forward. What am I going to do? Tell me about moving on for Libra. Tell me about moving on. Where is Libra moving on to? We've got the Knight of Cups. We've got the 8 of Wands and the Emperor. I kind of love it. 10 of Pentacles. You're doing the right thing. Look. The King of Swords is here. The King of Swords doesn't make mistakes. This is your energy, Libra, Gemini, Aquarius. You have mastered your domain of thought. The thought process. This is what you're known for, right? The thought process. Going over it, checking the details, making sure everything, I'll be in balance, making sure I'll have everything that I need, going over the facts and the figures, and I'm going to do it emotionless. I'm just going to look at what is coming up ahead, the 10 of Pentacles. I feel like what you're planning for is longevity. It feels like you've got to a place in your life, Libra, where you're like, I just can't keep doing this over and over again. I need to plan for the future. So maybe you're of a certain age and you're like, I've got to plan for the future. What do I want to do from here? I found myself doing that when I was in a position where I was working in the corporate world, and I knew that I couldn't do that for the rest of my life, and I just was killing my mental health. And so it feels like you're in that position where you're like, I can't do this for the rest of my life. I've got to move on from here, and it needs to be something that I love. I feel like you finally do make the move. The Eight of Wands is here. Once you make the decision that you're going to move on to something that you love, that you really have a heart space for, it feels like everything then starts to move really quickly. And this Emperor energy, I feel, is the energy of you being in control of all of it. I don't think that you necessarily have to worry about being the fool. I feel like this Emperor energy is giving you the courage to fight for what you want. It's the courage to build your own empire. You might be leaving a business in the month of, or leaving a workplace in the month of May, making the money for the man or whoever owns the business, to be on your own in business. I feel like you are rapidly moving toward building empires, is what it feels like. So I think that in the month of May, that you are mending the mind. I feel like you are becoming the fool. And when people tell you that you're a hypocrite because maybe you were telling people not to do it and now you're doing it, it doesn't matter. I feel like it's the absurdity of it all. It's like you didn't realize it and now you realize it, that it's time for you to make decisions that are best for you. It's time for you to move forward and stop being scared to do so. I'm using this fairy deck here to give you some advice for the month. What have we got here? Something has popped. We've got abundance. There it is. We got the Ten of Pentacles, right? Ten of Pentacles. You are moving into a more abundant place in your life here, and I feel that you know it. I feel like you've gone over all the data. I feel like you're going to do it, have an educated leap of faith. Abundance says, prepare yourself for incoming abundance. Release any mental blocks. Well, there you go. You're releasing mental blocks here and becoming more curious. The sun is helping you release mental blocks. It says, release mental blocks you may have in fairyland, the human land. There is enough abundance for everyone. So I feel like you are moving into a more abundant energy here. Once you get over this whole I feel you're letting people get in your head, telling you what you think you need and what you don't. And I feel like you decide, with the universe's help, that it's time just to close that chapter of listening to everyone else and start listening to your own intuition. We have protection. The fairies of protection are shielding you with magical fairy ring of love and light. Practice psychic protection before embarking upon any spiritual work. Temptation. You are in denial about an unhealthy habit, perhaps one that makes you feel guilty. This fairy says you have the power to overcome temptation, whatever it is. All right. I'm going to leave that right there. Thank you so much for being here and watching. I do appreciate you. And I hope you have the most wonderful May. It looks like there's something, you're going to have some sort of a major breakthrough with the sun right at the center of your reading here. Under this Ace of Swords, you're having some sort of huge breakthrough in the month of May. I hope that you'll come back and tell me about it. I'm going to go for now. Libra, you guys take care of yourselves, and I'll be back because I'm always back. I'll be back with your weekly readings as well. Take care. Bye-bye.